Hello, guys. How's everybody doing today? Great to see you guys here today. So, back for another live session here. Good live session here. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you guys are doing good. So, attract anything with the power of your mind. That's what we want to focus on. Man, what's the power of the mind? How does the mind work, man? The mind is a very powerful thing, right? You know, the mind is what you use to interpret your world, your reality. Everything you want or desire must first take place in the mental world. And you know, the recent breakthrough now in quantum physics shows what we've been talking about for years. That what they call locality reality doesn't exist. Local reality doesn't exist in reality. Basically, in layman's terms, it says that we've been saying for decades, centuries, maybe even eons, the gurus, Christ consciousness, the monks, the enlightened one, the teachers, ancient civilization, they all said the same thing. This is just a game within a game. Hey, how you guys doing? Hi guys, hello, how you doing? Yes, class is now in session. Yep. You know, a lot of you guys are like, hey Mark, man, why don't you advertise more of your products, man? You have so much stuff. Well, okay, I'll start doing that. So my coaching program, I have that. I'll place a link in the description. I also have a couple good programs. I got a study course, quantum physics study course, quantum physics lottery home study systems, doing really, really well. You can check my website, check those out. I get some links and put them in the comment description. So if you want me to help you to expand and get your best thing, you can always sign up for my mentorship program, and I'll get you in as soon as I have time. But you can always pre-book and get your pre-book there so that we can have you in. Hey, how's everybody doing? All right, my book is also out. Mark, just read your book, really helpful. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. Yep, you guys are finally in the live. Who's this? Patrick Aiken. I gotta send you something, Mark. I got 3 major blessings about 3 weeks since I started following you. Excellent, Patrick. You can always message me, PayPal. You can go to my everything should be in the description there, and reach out to me. Excellent. Thank you, guys. So, guys, you know, the thing is, like, what is the power that you hold within you? The power is in your mind, man. Your mind. Remember, I always say, mind your mind. If you don't mind your mind will mind you, and you don't want that, because if your mind minds you, then you're going to be on a default program of your mind, which is your ego. And that guy right there, you don't want him to run the show, because he'll take you in circles. Someone says I'm writing my book on my toxic family. Good, guys. Hi Mark, how to be in alignment all the time. Whoever owns your time owns your mind. That's right. So that means if you own your time, you own your mind. So you want to be the person to own your time. Hence, you can own your mind. Alignment. Does anyone know what alignment is when we talk about alignment? What does it mean to be aligned? We got here. Nareen Harai says, before 1 month, I dreamt that I told my husband, no need to worry. I have won 30 million, and you have 40 million today. This is a sign. Yep. If you hear anything about what you're desiring, it's gonna be a sign. I move a lot of music from my playlist. How do you hold the feeling of positive excitement, expectation when you are bored? So, all right. So I think a lot of questions here is about, you know, being in that state of being when you're going to create something. And that state of being is very important. So let me put it to you like this. You know, you have to accept. Basically, you have to accept and accept your desires as already around you. So whenever it comes to creating what you want, the best motto is think of it like what you want is like right next to you. Don't think of what you want as a distance away, because that's going to create a lot of resistance. Because when something is, you know how the mind works. When we perceive something distant or far away, what comes into our mind? Doubt. Oh man, it's too far. I can't get it. But if you start to get your mind into a state that, okay, all this stuff is like around me, it actually trains your mind to get you in a state of releasing the resistance. So if you want to become more aligned, if someone asks me, how do you stay in that state of alignment? How do you get excited? Well, you don't need to get excited, because if something's right next to you, there's no excitement that needs to be put forth, right? It's just there, and you know you can reach out and get it any time. So that's how you got to look at your desires. And what's so fascinating about this is, even though it's an analogy, this is actually something now that is scientifically true. This is something that's actually scientifically not, this is something that's actually scientifically proven now. And the thing that's proven about this is that exactly what you want is in fact right next to you. Let's even go deeper than that. Not only what you want is in fact right next to you, it's in you, around you. It's actually inside of you. See how that works? Hi Mark, does the ego program the subcon or vice versa? So what programs the subconscious mind is the conscious mind. Your ego is the gateway to your subconscious mind. So that means whenever you want to program or impress the subconscious, predominantly we do it with our awareness. And awareness comes forth through our conscious, rational thinking mind, predominantly. However, you can use hypnosis. You can enter the dimensional state where you have auto hypnosis, where you can use the subliminals that will program your subconscious when your ego is asleep. And that's why when you sleeping at night is the most powerful way to get impression into the unconscious mind, because that's where the seed of your true beliefs are formed and held. And that's basically what runs and operates your entire life. You do not live your life by the choices you make. You live your life by the habits you enforce. I repeat that. You don't live your life by choices. It may seem like choices, but that's an illusion. You're actually living your life by the habits you've cultivated over the years. Habits will lead to the illusion of choice. You get that? Let that one sink in. Okay? So the thing is, when we talk about the mind, we're talking about impressing a part that you aren't consciously aware of daily. That's difficult, because to really get to manifest anything, you have to unlearn what you've learned. Let me repeat that. Point blank, guys. We've all been to school. We've all been taught a lot of stuff. Some of you guys maybe have professions as psychiatrists, whatever. You got high education, all that stuff. You've all been there before. But I'm telling you right now, in order for you to escape what I call the matrix and to live your full life, you have to unlearn what they've taught you in the matrix school. You literally have to unlearn that stuff. And unlearn it basically means you have to get to that point where you are the one that's controlling your own destiny and your own thoughts. You see what I mean by that? Unlearn what you've learned so you can relearn what you need to learn to change your life. So what do you need to learn to change your life? What is it, Mark, that I need to learn? Well, first thing you need to learn is what and who you really are. Okay. Mhm. How to believe in law of attraction coaches. The best way to believe in someone is, do they practice what they're preaching? Do they walk the walk, right? And not talk the talk. In other words, anybody, look, it's like this. Okay. If you want to become a good real estate broker or investor, who would be your mentor? Would you listen to someone that just have an idea about how real estate work, or would you listen to someone that's in the field, that's done it, has a proven track record of getting real estate? So that's how you're going to judge your people. If you want someone who's, for example, like with me, you guys have been following me for years. Okay, do you want someone that can tell you about the odds and probabilities of winning the lottery using your law of attraction, your subconscious law? Or would you rather listen to someone like, oh, this guy's actually won it plenty of times? So who are you going to go to? You're going to go to the guy that just talks it and knows what he hears, or are you going to someone that's actually lived it, doing it continuously? So this not only goes for any law of attraction coaches, this just goes for anything in your life. If you're going to get someone to mentor, or people say coach you, it has to be someone that's done have had success in whatever field you want to go. And then your soul, I mean, basically you have to feel and vibe with that person to see that. So basically that's common sense, you know that. So if someone says, hey, how do you believe in law of attraction coaches? There you go. Do they have a track record? They're helping people? Are you? But first of all, before you even get to believe in someone to help you or whatever, any coach, you first got to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you could meet the perfect mentor for you, and this person could do all the things that you talked about, but because you don't believe in yourself, you're going to have a lot of doubts, and your mind will create what's called cognitive dissonance, where you start to look for evidence that it's not there, and your mind will show you that stuff. So anyone, before you do that, you got to believe in yourself. See how that work? So my advice for anybody when you want to do something, if you want to get a mentor, and look, everyone needs a mentor. Successful people, in anyone, if you are someone you want to take your life to the next level, you need a mentor. You either need a YouTube mentor where you can watch videos of someone, you need a personal mentor, you need a coach, you need someone. We all need that, because what mentors do, they provide you the balance, and they provide you the missing link to help you. And not only when you need a mentor, you got to have a mentor or someone that has done what you want to do. Relationship, got someone who knows relationship. Money, someone who knows about money. Law of attraction, someone knows about winning the lottery, someone knows about winning the lottery. Manifesting out, you get my point though. You got to have someone that has a track record of doing what you've done. You're not going to listen to an architect about doing a physical examination like a doctor. You're not going to listen to a doctor for building a building or an architect. See what I mean? So you're going to go to an architect for building, you're going to go to a doctor for a doctor. So you get what I'm saying? So we all need that. So at some point in your life, it helps you. And every successful person, behind them, they either got a mentor, they got a spiritual teacher, a guru or something, but they just don't tell you. But you remember now, you can be your own mentor. You can have a digital mentor. But my point is, we all need influence in our life. Higher self could be like me. You know, my mentor is, I mentor you guys. I come out and help them. But I have a mentor too. You know what my mentor is? My authentic self. It provided me all this information that I have here, downloaded to me to give to you guys. When I won the lottery, came from my authentic self. Showed me what to do, how to do it, what's the state of being, what to visualize, how to collapse numbers. All of that came to me not from the 3D world. This stuff came from another dimension. Therefore, I share it with you guys. So keep that in mind. Right. So the mind is very powerful. I am affirming moving to Florida. I'm seeing Florida plays consistently. That's a sign? That's a big sign. Yes. You're definitely on your way to your destination. Remember what I said? Whenever something's gonna move in your life, or something's gonna take hold or take place in your life, you're going to see the signs. The signs are always going to be written. The signs are going to be there every day. But you have to be aware to see the sign, man. To see like, okay, this is getting ready to happen. If you're awake, how do you become awakened? Can anyone tell me what's the first step to be awakened? Hey Mark, how would you go about manifesting 100K loving YouTube subscribers? You want to manifest 100K YouTube subscribers or 100K money? Which one is it? $100,000? If you want to manifest, well, the thing about money, let's talk. We talk money now, right? Money. So the secret about money again is how you set your mind up for money. Remember what I said? I think I said this plenty of lives and plenty of regular videos. If you want to be rich in the world, 3D world, you got to be rich where? So comment below. If you want to be rich, see how many people, I see how you guys really follow and listen to my teachings. If you want to be rich in the world, you got to be rich where? Let me see some comments. You mean subscribers? All right, we'll go to subscribers. That's right. Blue over one. Yep. You got to be rich in the mind. If you want to be rich in the world, you got to be rich in the head. So if you want to even to get to like 100K YouTube subscribers, you still got to be rich in the head, because that's an abundance mindset. Always, you know, one of the most powerful tools that you will ever be able to use. Let me show you this. That I do every single night, and I continue to do this. You have to cultivate the person you want to become. That you have to create that person as an image every day in your inner world. In other words, for me to be who I want to be, I have to see who I've become, or who I'm going to become now. So I have to see that future Mark in my head right this moment. You have to see the person. You know, that's one of the, if you're someone that's new to this and you're trying to figure out, man, where to start, there's so much information out there, I got to do all this stuff. The easiest way to start is to build mental pictures of the person you'd like to become. You want to release weight? Can you see the person you'd like to become when the weight is released? That's what I'm talking about here. That's one of the most powerful techniques that you can build. Now, when you listen, seeing the person now means a couple things. Okay, because remember, we're dealing with the subconscious. Okay, what are you wearing? Does the outfit, the clothes you wear, does it signify what you're achieving? Where are you going? What are you doing? How are you feeling? You have to see those things. What are you interacting with? That's what I mean. You got to see that future version right now. Right this moment. Right this moment. I got a question for you guys. Why is this important? Why do I have to see? Why is this so powerful? Why do I have to see the mental image or the mental version of that person that I want to become? Someone tell me that. Fixing this thing here. Someone tell me that. Why is that so powerful? Okay. Let me tell you why. Comment below. Why is that? Because someone says, who's this? Thanos Machini? Because all is mind, or everything starts as a thought. That's correct. Okay, so your mental image of who you are in your mind, not what you look like in the mirror. In the mirror, when you look in the mirror, you're seeing a physical reflection in a 3D world. That's good. But the real you is what you have in your head. When you look in the mirror, that's not real you. Real you is what you see in your head and what your cells see. Because every cell in your body, they don't see the mirror image of you. Remember, cells, what do the cells in your body do? They heal, they manifest, they help you create the world because they are connected to the subconscious mind. Your cells will make you have a thought. The cells in your body are the activating force of everything. So, when you look in the mirror every day, and you say, oh man, I'm looking at myself. What's been shown to you is a reflection by your awareness mind. It's just your regular mind, ego mind seeing an image. That's not what your cells see though. That's not actually what your subconscious sees. So every day if I cultivate an image in my head of who I am, that's the real image I see. And that's what's going to become my reality. Ah, that's a new one for you right there. How many of you knew that? That's very important. So when you're looking in the mirror every day, that's important, but that doesn't count. It helps you. It's going to help to do it. But the mirror have to match what you see in your head. What image do you have of yourself? Are you a confident person? Are you being successful? Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you moving to your goals? Are you kind to yourself? Are you grateful to yourself? Are you seeing yourself as trusting yourself? Do you know that the image in your head is the one that will help you create your world? Are you confident in all that? Are you kind? You're not too hard on yourself? That's what will manifest for you. DRA. How about the action parts of manifesting? For example, YouTube. Do I just post consistently, still, or just whenever? Okay, action. Okay, this action when it comes to creating anything. All right. So here's my motto. You got to do what you love, even if you're not getting paid for it. Repeat that. You got to do what you love, even if you're not getting paid for it. Now let me show you a big picture of what I mean by that. I'm not talking about, okay, we live in a 3D matrix world. I'm not talking about you have a regular job and then you quit your job and do what you love and just sit around and not make any money. What I'm talking about, see, there's this thing you gotta understand, because some people take this literally. You gotta go see big picture. What I'm talking about is, if you're working a regular job, you know you gotta make some money, right? But when you get home in your spare time, you're working on your craft and your passion. That's not gonna pay you money right now, but you love doing it. And the more you do that, it's gonna open up the avenues for you to get paid. So if you're someone that's creating a channel or anything, do it because you love to do it. Don't do it because you're watching analytics, you're watching like how much videos I'm posting, you're watching like, damn, I'm doing it just to get on a trend, because it's not going to be authentic and you're not going to keep authentic people. Thing with you guys and just people in general, they can see through everything, especially spiritual individuals like you guys. Highly spiritual individuals, not like the regular people, but highly spiritual individuals, they'll know when you're authentic or you're just doing something to do something. They'll know when, okay, this guy's here just taking his time because he really wants to help people. Or they'll know when, okay, he's just doing this because he wants to, it's a business, he wants to get views. So I would advise you, anything you do in your life, do it with passion and love, and because then energy comes down and the money will always follow after that. But we've been conditioned to do stuff because of the love of money. Well, do this because you make more money. Do this because of that. So I advise someone says, I want to get 100K on my YouTube. Don't worry about the subscribers, man. Just post what you love and post what you're passionate about. But here's the secret now. This is the secret to anything, guys. Anything you want to create in your life. The secret is you have to be consistent. Consistent. The lottery. You know how consistent I was in the lottery? Every time I play the lottery, I'm consistent. That's me. Consistent in my work ethic, consistent in what I visualize and what I do. I have routines, I have mantras, I have rituals. Every single day, I'm consistent in that stuff. There'll be time, of course, there's gonna be times when things are like up and down, but I gotta stay consistent. See that thing? The mind is like this. Okay, that ain't working anymore. Let's try something else. No, man. Stay the course. If it's something you want, you gotta be consistent, man. So that's the secret to create anything. You gotta be consistent. When you're consistent, the universe opens consistency for you. When you're inconsistent, the universe opens inconsistence for you. When you're happy, the universe opens happiness. When you're sad, the universe opens sadness. When you're abundant, the universe opens abundant. When you're lack, the universe opens lack. So what lesson is that? Someone explain to me, what's the lesson what I just said right there? I'm gonna repeat that again, because this is deep. I want you to understand. I'm talking about universe, higher intelligence. So let's repeat it again. When you're abundant, the universe opens abundance. When you're lack, the universe opens a lot of lack. When you're happy, a lot of happiness. What does that say about the universe? Comment below. What does that say? This is a profound thing about the universe. This is actually a great thing about the universe. What does that say about the universe? What does it say about the intelligence, the awareness of the universe? Someone says, who's this? Stefan Stone. The universe puts out what you give put out. Yes, but listen, guys. Let's go deep now. Let's go, guys, big picture here. Let's go big picture. Let me repeat that again. I'm going to say this until someone gets it, because this is how I want you to get it. Because this is life changing and this is very profound. When I'm happy, the universe puts out happy. When I'm sad, the universe puts me in a sad. When I'm abundant, the universe puts me in abundance. When I'm in lack, the universe puts me in lack. Think about that. I want you to go deep here. See, when I'm teaching people and helping people, I'm opening your mind. Because this is profound. One person has this. Let me see who this is. This is K. Asira. Okay, you got it. It says the universe in me, but let's go deeper. I am the universe. Who's this? Kalissima. That is correct. There is no universe without you. You are your own judge, your own victory, your own condemner, your own healer, your own everything. Listen to what I just said. When I feel happy, I put out happy. I am the universe. There is no middleman in the game. You get that? Get that? Let me just take my glasses off. It just needs to be heard. There is no middleman in this game. I am the game. I am a direct result of what I say, think, and say about myself. I'm going to get exactly what I think over and over in my life. Okay? So who says you can't control your own reality? Who says that? See what I'm saying? Hi Mark, how do I find my vibrational numbers? Vibrational numbers are being done now as my community members. So if you can go just join my channel, it says join members, and I put them in the my community tab, and you get your numbers that way. It's easier to track, and it's an easy system for me to keep up with, instead of sifting through hundreds and thousands of, man, I don't know how many emails to get these numbers. So just join. Can you explain everyone is you pushed out? Okay, yes. So the theory that everyone is you pushed out, that is partially correct, but not 100% correct. So here's what's happening with that one. All right. So basically, in layman's terms, the people that you meet that are giving you like bag negative energy or whatever, they are more like, they're more, the reason they're putting these things out to you is because what they're feeling inside of themselves. So for example, if you feel jealousy from someone, it's not they're jealous of you, they're actually just jealous of themselves not being able to do what you're doing. So it's more about a self-worth thing. So the thing when people say, oh, everyone's you pushed out, that's not entirely 100% correct. It just means that people that come into your life. Okay, look, I like to use simple analogies here to drive points home. So one of the simplest analogies is this. All right, here's how this works. This is all you need to about everyone push out of it. Okay, if you're a person and you have your mind set in a way that you have a lot of high vibration, okay, naturally you're going to be, you're not going to be very popular in the sense that it's a common thing. More people have low vibration than high vibration. We can agree. That's because more people are susceptible to the matrix and they live in this program world. So because they live in this program world, they're more easily conditioned. So you would be like a rare person if we're talking a total total capacity of the entire globe. You'll be rare to be someone that's every day, like almost every day, very high and very positive. So that means most people you're going to encounter will be negative just by the numbers. So someone say, man, I keep attracting negative people. It's not you doing that. It's just how the numbers work out. You're going to attract some positive, but most people are going to be negative because most people are just plugged in. So when a negative person comes across to a positive person, that's where we're going to have feud. Because a negative person, remember now, all negative persons wants to be positive. Remember what I said before? I said you are designed to be happy. You're designed to feel good all the time. Remember I said this before? I said when the body is sick, what does the body look to do? The body doesn't look to patch up stuff like when you get a cut, you put a patch. The body looks to actually heal the underlying cause. The body's a self-repair mechanism. It wants to get back to harmony. That's why whenever you have a cold, the cold heals. Otherwise, if you have a cold, the cold will stay with you for the rest of your life. Because the body is designed to get you back to a state of feeling good. People are the same way. People are designed to be in a high state of vibration. So every negative person in the world, subconsciously or in their heart, they want to be happy. But some people just don't know how to be happy. They haven't been taught how to be happy. They don't know how to get what they want. So they accept the life that they have. So when they encounter someone that's happy, they hate that because that's what's in them and they can't figure that out. That's not you pushing out that person. You see what I mean? That's just the numbers game of how this stuff works. That's what it means. So don't worry yourself. Oh man, I'm meeting all these toxic people. I'm getting all these narcissists. That means I must be a narcissist. I'm getting all these people that are asking me for money. That means somewhere in my mind. No, it just means that you are rare, and most of the people you're going to encounter are not on that level, man. Listen, we're talking the math now. This is where we're going to use regular probability here in the universe. This is just math. Predominant people in the world aren't happy. Can we? I mean, you agree on that? I mean, look at it. Look at the way this stuff is set up. The news is set up to make you toxic, to make you nervous and fear. People at your job, everything is all toxic, man. See how that works? Homeostasis. Yes, homeostasis, the body's natural state of being. How do you maintain your state while dealing with death, like losing a loved one? Okay, as a human being, you're gonna feel natural to lose someone. I've lost someone. I've lost a few people. My grandmother was really close. I have friends and there's people I've lost, and it hurts. Of course, it's gonna hurt. That's a natural humanism. But look, remember what I talk about? I talk about big picture. All I know is life. I was seeing something interesting. I forgot what I watched. I was running across someone. This person made a great point. He said, have you ever experienced death and came back to a living person? The guy's like, no. Have you ever met someone that died and they came back and lived? I'm not talking about near-death experience. I'm talking someone that's been dead for 2, 3 days and they got back up and started walking. No. So he says, who experiences death? You or the other people? He says, well, I do. So he says, okay, so if you die, what do you experience? Because you never came back, right? He says, no. So you never met someone who's died and come back? After, no. So all you know is life, right? So it says death is actually an illusion. Yeah, the people may mourn for you, but they don't have your consciousness or experience. Only you do. So as far as you know it, point is this: as far as you know, we could all be dead right now and gone, and then we're back again in another universe, another parallel reality, because now they exist. So all we know is life. Hope that makes sense. It's a little tricky to understand. But the point is this: who you are is a source of energy, right? It's not a physical thing. Your body is physical, but your consciousness, which resides in different parts. Your conscious, actually, guys, your consciousness and awareness, your consciousness does not actually precise location. Well, they say it's in the hippocampus, but if you want to get technical, they say, well, it's in the microtubules, and that's where the quantum entanglement occurs, or becomes a wave of probability, or becomes what do they call it? It becomes a cancellation pilot pattern. So that basically means it becomes a wave and then becomes a probability. And in layman's terms, these parts in your brain, microtubules, they're the ones that click in the quantum world and give rise to awareness. And when you pass away, that shuts off. But interestingly, the consciousness goes back out into the universe. That's you. Remember now, laws, thermodynamics, energy can never be created or destroyed, only transform form. So that means you go somewhere else. So it's natural to feel hurt, but it's also natural to be aware that highly possibility, highly, that you can never truly die. Your awareness of who you are, the inner being. That's who you truly are now. Remember, guys, you're just observing your environment in your body. You're an observer. Right now, your body will do whatever it wants to do. All you can do is observe what's happening with your body. Right? Your body will fall asleep when it's ready to fall asleep. Your body will create hunger pains when it's hungry. Your body will digest its foods when it wants and not when you. You can't digest your food. You can't tell it to turn on. Your body will heal itself according to when it's set up to heal itself. You can influence the body to heal itself, of course, mentally. But what I'm saying is your body is like an automated or autonomous being, or a machine, a very highly skilled machine, a reproductive machine. All you are, you're the person inside driving. It's like a car. I like to use an analogy to make it simple. I could have this nice sports car like my car. Nice. Everything good. Tuned up, everything. The car can't move without me getting in the car and turning the car and driving it. That's how your body is. Now listen to this. Listen to this. I can turn the car on, and the car is going to do its thing. The temperature is going to come up because the car is designed, the computer is designed. That's all your body. You turn your body on. Your body's doing regular. But for me to truly experience my car, I have to take the wheel. For you to experience your world, that's what your consciousness goes in your body to do. Your consciousness uses your body at its full capacity. Without the consciousness, your body is just an autonomous being. So what my point is this: you are not your body, and you are actually something else beyond that. That's what I'm driving home here. I want everybody to understand that. It's impossible for you to be your body because of what I just said to you guys. Mark, could you explain how 400 people hit the jackpot in the Philippines? All the numbers were route numbers of 9. Well, that's an example of the collective consciousness manifesting. Just like here, where's Florida the other day, tons of people hit 4444 that came out. See, highly spiritual number. So people are on the same pattern. We can manifest it. So things like that happen. There's another tip. There's another thing too. We all manifest collectively and independently of each other. So it means that we can manifest things independent or as a group. That's the tricky one, because as a group you're influenced. That's why I say stay away from the news. They make you influence to help manifest for them. That's right, you guys are definitely more than a shell. Do you believe in past lives? Yes, past lives are 100% real. What sound is best for healing the body? Theta, delta, delta waves, and theta good. So past lives and reincarnation are actually real phenomena that are normal. Let me repeat that. Past lives, reincarnation are real things in our physical world. You have been, I don't say the word duped, but you have been coached away from understanding what true reality is. And that's what I told you. I said, look, you got to unlearn all that you've learned, man, if you want to take this to the next level. You literally have to, because we've been so caked up with so much things in our mind have been processed that it's false, man. It's junk. It's not. It's the stuff that they taught you, man, when you were in school and all that stuff, and what we discovered now. Woof. It's fascinating. For example, how many of you guys know or knew that there is no such thing as physical reality? How many of you knew that? Okay. How many of you knew that your consciousness exists outside the physical body? How many of you know that there exist extra dimensions where there are universes and worlds that are parallel to this one right now? How many of you know or knew that there are infinite versions of you somewhere in this vast infinite world doing this very same thing in different matters? How many of you knew that every possible outcome or thing you thought about is existing somewhere out there that you're doing it? How many of you knew that? And this is according to the world of quantum. Why is it why does this guy always bring up the quantum? Why is Mark always talking about quantum stuff, man? What does it have to do with real world stuff, bro? You're always talking about quantum, man. What's the quantum have to do with this stuff, bro? I don't understand quantum, but I hear you talk about it a lot. I hear it's fascinating. What's the deal? Everything you're telling me about parallel worlds. You're telling me about infinite versions of myself. You're telling me about how reality is fake, how it's not real. You're telling me all about this stuff, but yet every day, man, I get up, I'm in a struggle, I gotta face this, I gotta do all this stuff. I don't see any quantum, man. What's all this quantum stuff, bro? Right? They always say, Mark, according to quantum physics, or quantum that, bro. What is all this stuff, bro? So let me explain to you in layman terms what quantum is. I'm not gonna get deep, but I'm gonna put it in a way so you can be like, okay, I see what he's got. All right. Your body, flesh and bone, got skin. Let's go inside the body. You got the flesh, you got the bone, you got the blood, then we have the cells, the blood cells. Then we go deeper, you got the molecules of the cells. Go even deeper, they gotta use an electron microscope to go that deep. Then we find the quantum. We find the electron. Guess what, my friend? You cannot exist without an electron being a part of you. You are an atom. You are quantum. You're made from components of electron, protons, nucleus, quarks, bosons. Every single thing is. So when you say quantum, I'm talking about you. And in the quantum world, the laws are different than in the material world. But nevertheless, the quantum makes the material. There cannot be a material without the quantum. So when I say these things to you, we're looking at the quantum world, how it reacts. Because from the quantum comes what you call the physically real stuff that you see and interact with. So I'll go back again. How many of you knew that the world isn't real? How many knew that? There's infinite versions of you right now you can experience. How many of you knew that? There's a parallel world right now that exists. How many knew that? We live in a bubble universe with infinite versions of bubble universe. How many of you knew that? There's nothing can ever be created or destroyed. The universe just is. How many of you know or knew that your mind is what generates reality? See? Facts. These are not conjectures. These are verifiable results. Matter of fact, this guy, this physicist just won a Nobel Prize for saying something that I knew and you probably knew for centuries, or people know. He just won a Nobel Prize for figuring out that, oh, actually, reality isn't real. Carter won a Nobel Prize for proving that non-locale reality exists. In layman's terms, he's saying that objective reality doesn't exist. That this is all like a video game. You go look it up. It came out the other day. And you know how he proved that? By using photons, which are elements of light, or particles that we all have, electrons, photons, all that stuff. We all made of photons. All right, check this out. Consider this. Let's examine how you hear. Let's talk about hearing. Did you know that, show you how we are quantum, now all of this is just like a movie, like a video game. Sounds will go into your ear canal, and when the sounds go in, they go in as sound waves. They hit the back of your eardrum, and then when it goes into the eardrum, it goes into these tiny filaments of like hairs. Once it touches these hairs, they get converted. Sound wave get converted into non-locale material. They get converted into electricity. The electricity gets converted, goes to the brain. Electromagnetic energy. The electricity goes to the brain, and the brain sends you a sound. Think about that. These little filaments take the sound vibration and turns them into electricity, photons, light, energy. Sends them to the brain. The brain processes this back as information to what you're hearing. So what does that, on a deeper end, it says everything that we hear or we say, something is responsible for telling you what you hear, and that's the brain. So you don't even know what true sound or what true reality is. You can't even know one knows what true reality is. I don't think we'll ever be able to know what true reality is. See? Someone says I did, but I'm not a rookie. Thank you. So, who's this? Dior God says, if according to quantum physics, everything came from one original source, and God is good in purely only good, where did evil come from? Where did it originate? If everything came from one original source. Well, guys, here's the truth. Evil and good, they are all perceptions and things we made up. There's duality. So good or bad are things that our consciousness and our conscience derive based on our society. So in essence, if every reality exists, that every probability of everything must occur somewhere, means good and what we perceive evil. So all of this is a conjecture based on our laws, our growing through religion, through certain things that give us things. So that's why you have good, evil, light and dark. It's duality. These things serve to balance the universe. That's light and dark. Now again, these are perceptions, right? You can't have light without dark. You can't have dark without light. So they're like, people call it the yin and yang. See how that works? Mark, what do you do with toxic people? Especially close to you. Especially close to you, like a girlfriend or boyfriend. Thank you. Well, when it comes to people now, I always talk about it. I said, look, one of the biggest roadblocks for you in your life will always be people. So the thing you have to understand about people is this. Every person you're going to encounter in your life, every one of us has been broken before. People eh, people will experience what they experience as a kid. So when you get toxic people, it's usually because of their upbringing, and it's because of what we call their internal map of reality. So when you get with a toxic person, that's why I always say to you guys, never take anything personal when it comes to people. You can't do that. Remember I say this, every rejection is for a protection. Every rejection is for a protection. Every disappointment is for a good. When it comes to people, people aren't rejecting you. The people aren't being toxic to you. They're being toxic to themselves. And what you're doing, you're perceiving it as toxicity towards you because your lifestyle is completely different. You like peace and security. They like chaos and disharmony. So to them, it's a natural. To you, it's unnatural. So what you first thing you want to do when you want to deal with toxic people is to get out of the perception that, oh, it's personal. They're attacking me. They're not attacking you. They're looking for help. It's just how they are. Remember I said hurt people, love people, love people. So the first thing is to free yourself from negativity is to have the understanding and clarity that it's not a personal attack against me. That's huge right there. Once you get that, then you're going to have more clarity and you're going to have empathy. And then it's easy now for you to move away from these people because you're not tied to it. You're not like, damn, I'm angry. There's no need to be angry anymore. So when you get with toxic people, guys, notice the pattern. If it ain't working, remove yourself from the situation. All right, Mark, it's easier said than done. I live with this person. I can't remove them from my surroundings. Okay, I got that. So if you can't remove them from your surroundings, you're gonna have to develop coping mechanisms. Coping. That's when you can't get away from if you live with your parents, you can't live because you ain't got no money to move out. Your girlfriend or boyfriend, you maybe guys renting and you need the money for the rent, whatever. You just can't get up and go, right? So this is where you have to develop what's called coping mechanism. Coping mechanism basically means you have to find ways to alleviate the effects of that toxicity. Means now you have to find more time to meditate, more time for yourself, or start to plan your escape and start to look to other sources to help you get out. The problem with most people in toxic relationship is most people don't look for an escape. Most people, you know what they do in toxic relationships? They try to fix the person, man. Most people don't look to escape it. They look to try to fix it. Because they say, oh man, I've been invested in this for 5 years, 10 years, bro. I put so much time with this person. They'll change. And the toxic person will tell you, I'm going to change. Don't worry. It's been like that for 5 years. So my advice to you is with any toxic people, look for your escape. You can't fix these people, guys. They have to want to be fixed themselves. So you got to focus on your energy and look for your escape, and you'll get out of it. Because toxic people, they have their own world and they have their own mind, just like you and I have their own mind. And to most toxic people, the narcissists, they don't see anything wrong with them. Did you know that? They think the problem is with you because personally, in their reality, they see themselves as very high, lofty, and then you are like inferior, and that's how they feel. But again, remember I said don't take it personal. That's their interpretation and perception of themselves towards you. So that's why especially narcissist people, you can't change narcissist people. They have a dysfunction where their mind view of reality is thwarted to where they feel there's nothing wrong with them. You can't change someone if they don't know they're the problem. So you gotta get your escape. Okay. Definition as the matrix is real, and why it exists, why we must escape the matrix, why slavery, where did we come from, that manipulation. Yep. The matrix is definitely real. You see it around you, living it right now. It affects your attitude, your thought. It deliberately knows how to program your mind to become a contributor to society. It's created to generate and have contributing people of society. It leads workers, not free thinkers. It's a systematic system. It has rich, poor. It sets classes apart. And that's done deliberately for control. So that is real. Where did it come from? It came from early civilization, the Romans, uh, Pontius Pilate, Council of Nicaea, when they started to create religion and Christianity. All of that came into being. And someone back then was very smart to understand that human beings have this innate ability to feel connected to a spiritual thing. So they came up with these ideas about gods and said, okay, we're going to create these gods so because people are innately connected to spiritual stuff. So the henceforth, if they can influence you through religion and through God, they have more control over you. So that started the manipulation process and the forth. And then as human beings evolve, then because of what? Differences in skin color, etc. Now you have people who think they're higher than you. You have slavery. You're below me, etc. So it's a human thing that conjectured through up. One main point is for control. The thing though is, the people who are smart are the ones who know this. They have mental awareness. Most individuals that are trapped in the matrix, they don't have any awareness that they are trapped in the matrix. Remember, just like I said about narcissist people, they can't, if they don't know they're narcissists, well, most narcissists know they're narcissists, but if they don't know that they can't get out and they don't want to get out, they're going to stay because their mind is conditioned to that. You see what I'm showing you? Is it wise to prepare my affirmations in English, even though it's my second language? Even though in English, even though English is my second language. Always prepare your affirmations in your native language. Always do it in your native language. Remember that. Okay, I gotta use your affirmations in your native language. You need the rain in California. Oh, that's good. Watch out for those narcs. Narcs see a lot of these days. Yeah, you know, the interesting thing is a lot of narcissists now are actually more in the spiritual community because spiritual community, they can prey on a lot of spiritual people because people are broken, looking for answers. And narcissists are really good at disguising their intentions and using people in. So, unfortunately, that's why you may encounter a lot of narcissists. People encounter a lot of narcissists. See how it works? So when you can use your mind to manifest something is by what? Awareness first. You got to be aware of what's happening around you. Only when you're aware you can change. You can't be awake. If you're sleeping, you gotta want to be awake, right? You can't just sleep. You want to have the awareness. Oh, I'm sleeping, but I want to be awake. You have to have a curiosity, guys. For you to escape this matrix thing, you got to be a very curious person. You have to have a curiosity to go beyond the normal. You have to have this curiosity to understand that, okay, what is life? What is my purpose here? What am I doing here? Why does this work this way? What's happening over here? What's happening over there? You have to have this mindset. And you gotta look in big. I always teach big picture. You gotta be big picture, man. You can't be like small picture. You gotta want to be big picture. You gotta question like, okay, why? For example, like, why can't I speak and I can hear myself? And then, why can't I also stop speaking but I can talk in my head and I can hear myself in my head? And I could also see myself in my head and I can see myself out here. What's going on here? Is there two worlds happening? See how many people think about stuff like that? And the answer is, in effect, there is two worlds going on. There's different dimensions. And that's why I said the person that's in the head is the authentic you. The person that's talking is the representative of you. That's the ego. The thing is, and I always tell people this, I said, guys, whatever you want to create, it's already here in a moment. The thing is, your representative has no idea of that. Your authentic self already set this whole thing up for you. It knows that, okay, you're here to do a mission, you're here to do a purpose, you're here to create something. The blueprints are downloaded to you, but the fact is that we've been so conditioned because our awareness is tied mainly to our external circumstance, but for you to tap into the mind stuff, you have to know to use what the external mind is and then tap into the higher mind. For example, the external mind is primarily should be used for awareness, for deciding, for visualizing, for observing, not absorbing, for observing what's happening. See that? That's the primary focus of the mind when it comes to manifesting. Right? The internal mind, now the higher self, you let that work, and then you're gonna free up so much resistance, so much space now, because you're not tied up in your limited logical mind. See, what happens is when the mind starts to get away is when you start to overanalyze and overthink. When you start to become a critical thinker, not a critical thinker, but an overanalyzer. Critical thinking is good. When you start to overanalyze stuff, that's where you get in trouble. When you overanalyze, you're going to get in trouble. Because then you're not going to have the mental capacity to be in the moment. And then your ego is going to run the play. And you don't want the ego to run the play. Because the ego runs the play, it's no fun. No fun. I don't know, this happens sometimes. YouTube, I'll see comments and the comments will stop for a minute. So I don't know, maybe a glitch here. I know a lot of you guys are commenting, but I'm only stuck on like a couple comments here. It's not loading up. Anyhow, that's just what I want to touch with you guys today, is to remember that you are powerful. Your mind is a creative force. Without the mind, there can't be no matter. So you have to understand that you got to use your mind to create your world. And primarily is what you focus on. You guys see how that works, right? Mark, we should not give up. Right? Yeah, if you want something, guys, you don't give up on it. You can't give up. Because if you give up, you're guaranteed you never will have it. And remember, patience is key. Patience is being present. Patience is how the universe works. You gotta have patience. You gotta be persistent. You gotta keep your dream alive by visualizing it. You don't have to obsess with your dreams. You don't have to become needy of them. Just realize that it's what I want. It's on the way. Because remember, guys, when we enter the higher mind or higher consciousness stuff, there's no realm of time. Linear time is not there. Linear time is an illusion. It's a conception we made up. It seems, the key word, seems like a long time. There's no such thing as a long time. It's impossible for things to be a long time, because everything just is. There's no creation. Everything just popped. I mean, if you can't fathom it, the universe doesn't have a beginning or an end. Think about that. You can't. I can't think about it. My mind is made to see things as beginning and end. But when we study physics and we study light and we study energy, we see that, damn, this stuff just, where did it come from? It's just, there's no it's just, this is here. So that means every possible thing you want is already existing right now. See, there's no time there. It's in this moment. It's just in a different coordinate of the moment. So while we go through our days, the reason why things look long to us is because of the cycles we create. The sun going around, the moon, the days and all. But still, it's now. When I'm doing something, I'm going to do it right now. When it happens now. It doesn't happen in the future. It doesn't happen in the past. It's going to happen now. So you got to get out of that illusion of the mind. That's where you develop impatience. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 10 year. All that is irrelevance. It's now. I know it's trippy. It's like, man, I get it, but I want to get it. But this is something where you have to process, because you have to unlearn what you learn. Because you have so much things that are going against this to tell you, well, no, it is the years. It is a month, Mark. It's actually not. It's a perception. So those are some things just to make you think bigger and just get. And you know, the power is. Let me say one thing before I go. Remember this. The more, once you know how reality works, you can control it. When you can control something, you have the ability to manipulate it. You have more knowledge, you have more awareness. The first step to create anything is to be able to understand and control what you can't control. And by doing that, boom, your reality changes. All right, guys. Remember, if you want to learn more stuff, I got a lot of my products here, coaching program, quantum physics courses, lottery stuff. I'll post the links below. You can visit my website, and we can get on another deeper level to help you to reach your goals and your desires. So stay positive, stay motivated, and I'll see you again.